Hi, it's Paul Sackett's Good News Broadcast, speaking to Mark Schriver. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Okay, good. Mark is the Vice President and Managing Director of U.S. Programs, leads Save the Children's programmatic and advocacy efforts. So you're working for Save the Children, an organization we like extremely for the good things you do.
Thank you very much. It's a great organization. We've been in the United States for over 75 years, and we're really continuing that work here in the U.S., focused on kids living in poverty and trying to get them the resources and support they need to pull themselves out of poverty and succeed in life.
You'll be happy to know that our company tie is Save the Children, the original Dana tie.
Great.
And then the other ties all Save the Children, because we know the money goes directly to the kids and things of you guys. We've done many stories, and I know you're partnering with Toys R Us, and we've done many stories with them on the wonderful outreaches that you, both of your organizations do. Maybe you can tell us about us.
Well, we're really honored to continue to work with Toys R Us. They've been great corporate sponsors of our work, specifically around disaster responses for a number of years, whether it was the wildfires in California or the flooding in the Midwest or the hurricanes that have hit the Gulf Coast over the last couple of years. And last year they created this concept, this campaign called Bundled in Hope. And it's a great way for us to raise the visibility of early childhood, the importance of early childhood education in the United States. They raised over $1 million for our work, and it enabled us to not only go into homes to help families teach their young children emotionally and socially and cognitively so that they can enter kindergarten ready to learn, but it also enabled us to buy over 10,000 blankets, which we've distributed to families in need all across this country. You know, Paul, one of the amazing statistics is that 1 in 5 kids in this country, in the United States, lives in poverty. That's 20% of the kids in America live in poverty, and those are the kids that we are focused on working with. Those are kids that don't have books in the homes, that don't have games and toys that stimulate a child's imagination, that stimulates their cognitive development. Some of the stuff that many of us take for granted aren't in those homes, and that this Bundled in Hope campaign has allowed Save the Children to bring those resources into the homes to help the parents and to ultimately, obviously, help the kids do well in kindergarten and first grade and beyond, to succeed academically and to achieve whatever goals and dreams they have.
More than 2.6 million babies across the country are living in poverty. That's a heck of a lot of kids.
It really is. It's amazing for a country that's got as much resources as the U.S. does. And what we really need to do, I think, is focus more resources and more attention on those critical first 5 years of life. 90% of brain growth happens in the first 5 years of life. But as a community, as in a society, we really don't invest until the kids are in kindergarten. This effort, this Bundled in Hope campaign, which is a partnership between Toys R Us and Babies R Us and Save the Children, is an effort to put much-needed resources into people's homes, into folks' homes that are struggling, to give them the books and the toys and the games that will enable their children to thrive, to grow cognitively and socially and emotionally, so that when they enter kindergarten, they're ready to learn. Unfortunately, poor kids that are living in poverty, as early as the age of 4, are already far, far behind kids that aren't in poverty. They're 18 months behind their peers that aren't living in poverty. So it really shows you that if we invested in high-quality programs like Save the Children operates early in a child's life, they can do well, and they can achieve great results and do well in school.
And the details are that people go into Toys R Us and Babies R Us until July 11th, and they're able to make some kind of a donation as a result of some purchase in the store. Is that how it works?
They can do that. They can, give $1. They can give $5 or $10. They can go on the ToysRUs.com website if they prefer to make a contribution there. If they've got a baby registry, they can ask the people that are making gifts for a newborn baby to make a contribution to the Bundled in Hope campaign. There are celebrity moms who have designed baby blankets, and you can bid on those, and 100% of the proceeds go directly to Save the Children's work. People like Faith Hill, Blythe Danner, there's a whole slew of moms that have helped out in designing these unique, one-of-a-kind blankets. So there are a number of ways that people can get involved. They can go to Save the Children's website, SaveTheChildren.org, and learn about our ongoing work. And I hope people will obviously make a contribution to the Bundled in Hope campaign, either at their local Toys R Us or Babies R Us store or on the internet. But I also hope they'll stay involved and interested in our work, because it's an ongoing quest to help poor children in this country.
Well, let's talk more about Save the Children, some of the other kind of work that you guys are doing.
Well, here in the U.S., we respond to disasters, and advocate on behalf of children's needs prior to a disaster. So, for instance, if the wildfires in Southern California, or the flooding in the Midwest, or the flooding that just happened, unfortunately, in Nashville, Tennessee, we are there to help kids in shelters, to make sure that those kids are taken care of, that the shelters are safe, that they have areas for children to play, and to resume as normal a routine as possible, as quickly as possible. We also run literacy programs for kids in elementary school, both in school, after school, and in the summertime. And it's a half an hour of moderate to vigorous physical activity, a healthy snack, and then at least an hour of doing academic work. So kids are either reading on their own, taking quizzes on the computer, or being read to by an adult. But the goal is to get kids to read at or above grade level. And if they do well, if they can read, they can do anything. They can do math, they can do science, but you have to know how to read. And that's our focus here in the United States. And we want to start early when a child is born and work right on through with them through the elementary grades.
And in addition, you have Good Goes, and we love See Where the Good Goes, and you're an accountable organization. In fact, even in Haiti, I know you did some outreach there. I'm sending people down to Save the Children organization.
Yes.
You and your family, I'm gonna say that the Schriver and the Kennedy family have always been do-gooders. Where do you think that has all come from?
I don't. I think the bottom line is that people of all walks and all situations can make a contribution. If they give $1 through this campaign, if they give $5, it makes a difference. I think there's a lot of folks in America that are doing helping an elderly neighbor around the corner, that are tutoring in their high schools, or tutoring younger kids, or mentoring a young kid in the neighborhood. So I think there are a lot of people. I mean, the family, obviously has drawn a lot of attention, but I think there are so many other people that are doing just as important, if not more important, work. I think that we can all do a little more, and I think that this is an effort to try to raise the visibility of the dire needs of poor kids that are, just born, that are youngest and our most vulnerable citizens. So I'm hoping people get involved to help the cause and keep it moving.
Well, we of course agree with you. Being Good News Broadcast, that's our story. That's our primetime page. People doing good. And if you sit in our seat here, as they sit in your seat, you see how many people do come out to help, and it's great. It's invigorating. There's hope in the world, right?
Yes, it's great, and there is hope in the world. And when you have a great corporate citizen like Toys R Us and Babies R Us leading the charge, that are putting their money where their mouth is, that are dedicating valuable resources to helping children that are impacted by natural disasters, or young kids like this Bundled in Hope campaign, when they raise over $1 million, when they help us purchase over 10,000 blankets, and when an entity like Toys R Us does all this and helps us raise the visibility of the issues, there is hope, and it's an exciting opportunity, and it's multifaceted, and we hope people will get involved and stay involved, because it really will make a difference in young kids' lives.
Yeah, we love Toys R Us. Last question for you. What's good news for you, Mark?
Good news for me is this interview. Good news for me is having 3 healthy kids and a healthy wife, and life is good. I mean, we're making a difference in poor kids' lives, and that's good news. It's hard work, but we're making progress, and we're excited about the opportunity to talk a little bit about it, and hopefully raise some much-needed money.